Good morning and welcome back to The Good Life in Lombok, Indonesia, where we are eating well, living well and training well. Today, I'm showing the surf skills off once again. We've got a huge leg day coming up. And of course, as always, I've got a couple of tricks up my sleeve. We are at a very famous surf break called Tanjungan, and some great news is that there's a boat coming in rather than going out, because there's a lot of people out there currently, which means we're going to be fighting for waves, but it is a really long, clean and mellow wave here. So perfect for beginners like myself. So we're going to catch some long rides. Juan is coming in the water with us, so hopefully we're going to share a wave at some point, try and get a high five in. And yeah, we're going to spend 2 hours on the water. As you saw in the last video, I got burnt to a crisp on my forehead last time I was surfing, so I'm fully zinced up this time at least. And I wanted to give you kind of 2 tips, things that I've reminded myself of this morning, which is the perfect way to start any day. The first of which is getting up early and getting on with it. It's very easy. I'm of the propensity to kind of want to slowly meander my way into the day, but you end up wasting hours and you end up, being low energy and not achieving what you want to when you have that mindset. So getting up early and getting after it is always a recipe for success. And the second thing is trying to get into a flow state as often as you can. Surfing's a great example of a flow state. Being under heavy weights in the gym is the same. Even when you're in a great conversation with a friend, that's a flow state. Anytime where you're outside of your own head and just living purely in the moment, it's great for cutting away all of the noise in life, just living in the moment and enjoying yourself. Let's have some fun.
Where's the boat? Ready for the session, Adam?
Yeah, waving your board in the air and saying woo is the direct translation in Indonesian of please bring the boat over here. I promise we caught a huge wave as soon as Juan's GoPro died in the water. Honestly, it was about, what, double head height, wasn't it? Yeah. No kidding, but we did catch a very good one right at the end, ran out of battery, but a very nice surf, probably like 4 or 5 waves each in an hour and a bit. And now we're both extremely dehydrated and hungry. It's 11 a.m. With 0 food consumed so far. So we have smoothie bowls and eggs on toast waiting for us imminently. And now just taking the chance to cool off in the shower and the pool. Before getting on with the rest of the day. Feels so good to get rid of that salt. So we have 2 huge pieces of bread. You think you're going to eat all of that?
Yeah. Oh, we'll try for sure.
And yeah, an omelette and smoothie bowl still on the way, and the tangerine juice. Not had one of those in a while, but second best to a coconut. They don't have any coconuts, so got to do what you got to do. Right, let me eat. Now I'm sitting with a food coma. Absolutely smashed that. It was very necessary. Yeah. I genuinely can't think straight because of how full I am, but it was worth doing. Feeling fueled and more refreshed now. The next plan of action is to get into the ice bath. So I love an ice bath. It's nothing better than microdosing hypothermia. There's a gym called Loka here where they have like 2-degree water. So I'll be getting in that, and that gives you that boost to crack on with the rest of the day. Then going to do some work, and then we're going to get into the gym and hit legs together very soon, and I'll talk you through my leg day and why it's such an excellent and efficient workout. But before we go, I wanted to tell you a little bit more about being careful when you're managing ice baths. Now, ice bath has 2 major implications, one of which is reduction in inflammation, which is good for like short-term recovery if you need to keep cracking on and keep working hard, but it does put your body in a stress state because obviously it's dealing with an extreme temperature change. It's just worth bearing in mind that I'm going to ice bath today in order to get myself in the game in order to work, but if you do it too frequently, that stress state is going to cause you to be run down in the long term. If you think surfing, ice bath and legs, they're 3 very intense stimulus, so you've got to be careful not to overdo it. And also pro tip, if you're trying to build muscle, ice bathing after a hypertrophy workout is not a good idea, because what you're doing when you're building muscle is you're micro tearing muscle fibers. So anytime you're doing the eccentric part of the lift, you're obviously elongating and stretching the fibers and micro tearing them. That signal is what causes them to grow, and it causes an inflammatory response inside the muscles. And what you do when you ice bath is you reduce and you blunten that inflammatory response, which obviously reduces your adaptation to the training stimulus. So if you are trying to build muscle and that's your priority, try and avoid ice baths after a workout, but you can integrate them into your life, like I said, not immediately after a workout. So back on the bikes, into the ice, on the laptop, and then legs. Let's go. Hello and welcome to the next segment, which is called Quickfire Questions with old favourite of the channel, Harrison Lee.
Hey guys.
I don't know what he's going to ask me, and he doesn't know what I'm going to ask
I've
him.
had a little peek at his phone over there. I'll go first. Would you rather suck Juan's toes for 30 minutes, that's Juan by the way filming, or go to jail for 3 months?
I'll suck the toes, yeah.
Yep,
Get
30
it,
minutes,
yeah.
get it done?
Yeah,
Okay.
get it out of the way.
Yeah.
That's
Can we
why
see your toes, Juan?
Yeah, that's why I call it swallowing the frog, getting the hard job
Eat the
done.
frog. I say
Eat the
that as
frog,
well to my
exactly.
clients,
Yeah, nice. Get the hard work done
Yeah.
out of the way.
Nice.
Do you
Okay.
prefer chest day or back day if you could only do one for the rest of
Wow,
your
what a
life?
change of pace
Yeah,
and questions.
don't
there.
worry, I've got some weird ones for you.
Back day because my back is stronger and chest is my weaker point, so I enjoy back day a bit more.
Fair play.
What I should be doing is chest day.
Yeah. Back used to be my favourite, but chest is now.
Just swapped.
Yeah.
Would you rather have one leg or one arm? And why?
Would I rather have one's leg or Juan's arm?
leg? Yeah. One leg or one arm?
I would go one leg. A lot of people prefer to run. I'm a pretty lazy guy and I like lifting weights with my upper body. So, and also having dexterity with your
Yeah,
upper body.
for sure.
I don't know, I feel like you can integrate into society better with
Yeah.
2 arms than with
Yeah,
one.
I agree.
Would you rather not be able to taste anything for a year or have no sex for a year? I know you're very familiar with doing the latter often anyway.
Not be able to taste anything. As long
you.
as I'm getting my macronutrients in and my
Yeah.
calories, I'm okay. What are the last 3 emojis that you used on your phone?
Do I have to prove it?
Yes. I mean,
Oh, that's pretty easy.
the laughing emoji, the
Yeah.
heart eyes emoji, and then the dead one. What's your last Google search?
Good job you haven't asked about ChatGPT, then I could have got in a
Yeah,
world
true.
of trouble. Last Google search was S&P 500. Then, yeah, look at these. S&P 500, golf elbow, because that's my current
Golf
injury.
elbow, yeah.
How often do blue whales come up for air?
Tennis elbow.
Tennis elbow, because I was like, which one is it? Do I have
100
golf?
pounds, yeah. What is the last thing that you almost posted on social media but didn't?
Well, I can get away with this quite lightly because I've got a couple of drafts in there. Podcast I did with Mike,
Yep.
but they posted it at first, so I just collabed, didn't need to. And then I've got this one from a photo shoot, a lifting one, but now I've got the best cameraman in the world, so I don't need to use this anymore.
Okay.
And I'll put this same caption about why you should never neglect vertical pushing and pulling movements if you want a wide physique. And instead, we're gonna have a photo from this gym.
Yep. Okay.
So they're the
nice.
ones.
Would you rather have your mum read your group chat or your partner read it?
I'm a clean and morally incorruptible man.
Yeah.
So either one is absolutely fine by me.
I mean, there's all sorts of things in these chats, you know. It doesn't have to be.
That's true. I
It
think.
could just be a stupid sense of humour that you've hidden from your partner. for
Yeah,
example, or
true,
your
true.
mum.
No, I've got nothing to hide, but
Okay.
I would probably go for my mum.
It'd be my mum as well.
Yeah.
Don't have a partner.
Yeah, true.
Single.
Speaking of which, you have to answer this next question in 1 second.
1 second.
Well, 1 second, yeah. Blondes or brunettes?
Both.
Both. There you have it, folks. So any women interested in this man after all of these questions, if you want to look through his phone, he's giving you a wide open scope, and you can meet his mum in the process.
I have a question for you both.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have to say which one you prefer doing.
Yeah. His ones are all weird sexual ones. He's
No. Would you rather eat when you're hungry, sleep when you're tired, or have sex when you're horny?
sleep when I'm tired.
I feel like the best one is sleeping when you're tired.
For sure.
That is the warm-up smash. You'll notice it's slightly different from the upper body warm-up, obviously, because we are about to hit legs today. Warm-ups are super important and often neglected by advanced lifters, never mind beginners. Warm-ups are so important for mitigating injury, They also make you stronger because you're developing the mind-muscle connection and activating the muscles before you work out. And also it acts as a rehabilitation exercise so that you're increasing the strength of your shoulders and various joints when you're warming them up. So you could see I was doing a lot of mobility-based stuff in my lower body, making sure that my knees were nice and warm, my hips were nice and warm, same for the ankles, and then I'm flushing blood to my quads, my hamstrings, and my glutes so that they're awake and ready to fire under heavy load, rather than getting surprised and then ping. That's how you put yourself out for a long time. So the session plan today, we're just going to do 2 exercises for legs. It's a leg maintenance session, and these are the 2 most important exercises, and they've been the foundation of my leg development for the last 10 years. It is firstly the back squat, and secondly the Romanian deadlift. Putting under heavy load, and we're going to do 4 sets of each, and about 8 to 10 reps.
So wait a second, why is there a reason why we're only doing like compound exercises?
Well, yeah, 2 reasons mainly that I always lean towards compound over isolation. One of them is you're getting way more bang for your buck when you're training multiple muscle groups at once. If you think in a squat, you're activating all of your quad and your glutes, and you're getting yourself under heavy load just in one movement. With the Romanian deadlifts, you're activating upper and mid back, as well as lower back and glutes and hamstrings, and the primary target is the hamstrings. So you can see how we're hitting a wide range of muscle groups just through 2 exercises. Whereas if we were to spend time on the leg extension or the hamstring curl, you're obviously going to spend the same amount of time, but you're going to get less efficiency from it. And then the second reason is the fact that they're more athletic. I'm, as you know, pride myself on functional movements as opposed to just being a show pony. That's what allows me to do adventurous things around the world. And so everything we do, we want to be a super mobile and athletic movement, and the back squat and the Romanian deadlift are fantastic examples of that. Does that answer your question, one?
It does. I'm gonna start doing more compound movements then.
Good lad. All right,
let's
go.
Yeah.
And that is the bulk of the workout done. That is 4 sets of back squat and 4 sets of RDLs. And now we are moving on to abs to finish off the workout. You can see I'm absolutely drenched. It's just part of the course of working out here in Indonesia.
Is there a reason why you rest so long? I'm very used to like just going for 1 minute, but I've seen you go for a lot more. Is there a reason behind that?
Calling me lazy, Juan? Especially when I coach people. Most people will think they only need to rest for like 1 minute or 2 minutes, but what happens is your strength throughout the workout just declines because you're not giving yourself enough time to recover between sets. At the end of the day, the goal is to build muscle. And in order to do that, you need to let the muscle recover and let the heart rate drop down in between sets so that you can go again with maximum effort. So with big compound exercises like the back squat and the Romanian deadlift, I'm resting for 3 to 4 minutes, sometimes even 5 if I'm going for a PB. And then with more isolation exercises like a skull crusher or a bicep curl or a lateral raise, then you can get away with 60 seconds to 2 minutes. And now it's time for abs.
If you could only do 3 ab exercises, which one would they be?
My one favorite ab exercise for sure is the hanging leg raise, and we're going to do that on some rings today because you can get a full contraction and extension of the core on the rings. My second and my third would be cable crunches, second, because the ability to overload the abs. Like with ab exercises, you don't want to be going to like 20, 30 reps like you would be with a sit-up. You want to keep it, in the same rep range you'll be working out other muscles. So with a cable crunch, you can keep it like under 14 reps and properly overload the core. And then obviously both of those are quite linear movements, a leg raise and a cable crunch. So we want something a bit side to side in order to work the obliques. And the classic oblique exercise is the Russian twist. I've been doing that ever since I was 18 years old. You get a proper burn, and it's good for flexibility in the spine and working the obliques. They're the 3. I'll show you all of them actually. So we'll just do a couple of sets of each, and I'll show you the correct form. And then time for dinner. And I'm not gonna lie, that is pretty difficult. I've worked up to that over many years. I'm gonna show you a couple of progressions working backwards. If you can't do that, to make it slightly easier, to something you definitely can do. Ladies and gentlemen, dinner is served. We have the dream team back together. Juan behind the camera, Harry here again. asking ridiculous would you rather questions. I've gone for the double dinner. We've not really talked about protein much at any point during either of the last two videos. So I wanted to make reference if you're confused about how many calories to be eating, but mainly how much protein to be eating. If you're based in the US, you want to be doing around the same amount of protein as pounds of body weight. If you're 170 pounds, having 170 grams of protein, you know, slightly less, anything between 0.8 to 1 times your weight is good. If you're working in kilograms, around double. So if you are 90 kilograms, then around 180 grams of protein is great for building muscle. Now, there's obviously some variation depending on your goals, but that's a good rule of thumb. I weigh 90-ish at the moment, so I'm generally trying to hit between like 170 and 200. 200 grams of steak has around 50 grams of protein in it, so I'd estimate this total meal has around 60-ish, maybe 65 if we're lucky. That's it, that's all. That's enough protein, chat. I'm boring myself. Harry's already tucking in. How is it, mate?
Very good. Getting my protein.
Get that chicken in,
Trying to hit 180 grams.
Yeah, got to be done. So yeah, without further ado, time to eat. Anything else we need to talk about, Juan?
Dig into this beautiful steak.
And let the conversation flow.
Yes, sir.
I need you to let me know what you want to see in the next vlog, because we've had 2 fantastic day in the life, full day of training, full day of eating, and the next video is going to be a big adventure. Let me know if you've got any funky ideas that you want me to integrate. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching this one. I'm going to go to bed, and I'll see you on the next adventure.
Oh, you want me to say that?
You have to.
Oh, I have to. Like and subscribe.
No, say it with conviction and look
Please
at the...
like and subscribe. Adam Radcliffe at YouTube,
.com.
Instagram, Facebook.